Hey guys, it's Keith with L1 Automotive Diagnostics and Programming, and doing a little post-vision Kansas City training wrap-up video. You'll have to excuse my voice a little bit, dealing with getting over the flu. So got right back from Kansas City, jumped right into having the flu. So that was kind of a blast. And got quite a few people in both the Facebook and the YouTube stream. Looks like I'm going to have to keep an eye on both of them. How's everybody doing? I would like to say I wanted to say hi to Josh Wilkerson, Maury Shelton, Chad Ulmer, a couple of the other guys. Saw you guys over at Vision. That was the first time I've seen you guys there, so glad to have you guys out. Thought that was awesome. Hey everybody. Martino's already on it. It looks like DeFazio's over in the YouTube realm. But let's see. Had a good time at Vision. Had a fantastic time with the exception of getting sick afterwards when I got home. Hey Emmanuel, hey Andrew. Good to see everybody over on the Facebook platform also. It's kind of difficult jumping back and forth. I wanted to say hey to Carm and thanks he was there. Carm Capriato. I wanted to remind everyone to check out my episode. Got a sweet sticker. Says listen to my episode? ? And sweet sticker from that for all the podcast alumni. Episode 375 was mine. You can go to remarkableresults.biz and check out that podcast there. That was with myself, Tommy Oliva, Richard Falco, and Mario Rojas. So that was a really fun episode we did at Super Saturday in Pennsylvania for the during the ASAPA Super Saturday event. So that was a lot of fun. And then got a sweet podcast tribe sticker also. That was available for everybody there that likes to listen in. Chris gave you the plague. Looks like quite a few people had it. Hey, David Wagner. It's good to see him in here. So I had a fantastic time. Got to see all my favorite trainers. Got to hang out with Jim Morton, go eat with all the guys. I think we had 22 people at dinner with all the Train by Tex crew, and then the 9 of us Train by Tex guys, and then everyone else that came along. So that was 22 people we had to find a place to eat barbecue with. That was a whole lot of fun getting in and out of the van. But we had a fantastic time at that training. It is, I will say, the big game of automotive aftermarket training. So if you missed it this year, you better be there next year for sure. Be there last year. If you could get there last year, that'd be great. Also, my first year to go as an owner, which was kind of neat. Nothing different there, just get a cool little badge on there. I've got quite a few of these. So if you guys got those, post those up on your Facebook page. Post pictures of all from all of your trainings. I've seen some pretty stellar looking collections there of all the name badges from training events. I think that's pretty neat. But had a fantastic time. I think that was awesome. We're going to talk about, we're going to be finishing up the J2534 class on the Patreon channel. I think today is the last. He said, did you say Jim Morrison? Jim Morton. Apologize if I said something different. Yeah, Vision 2020. Definitely. You guys have to make it there. Where was I going with that? You guys throw me off. It's hard to interact with all you. But, finishing up the J2534 class. That's up here. The picture of the class thing is up here in this corner of the screen. And then the little Patreon logo is there. And that's available at patreon.com/Keith Perkins. I think today will be the wrap-up episode / section of this class. And then I will be repeating it / making the entire class available this month only on Patreon. So it'll be sometime this month, but it doesn't matter because anytime that you pay, you get the entire month available to you to view all the content that comes out in that month. So I'll be re-releasing all of the videos that were recorded for this month. I'm not done with a full clean version that does not involve the communication with the people taking the class because it is a live class that allows you to interact and you're able to ask questions based on the content, and we try to cover all the bases. But unlike a traditional in-classroom class, we're not restricted nearly as much on time because we break this up over weeks. So we're able to stop and answer all questions, whether they be equipment related that we've covered already, or if they're related to a subject, a more advanced level subject that we don't normally cover in this class. So it gives a unique experience being able to do it there online. But that was a lot of fun, so we're going to be finishing that up today, and then I'm going to be re-releasing all of the videos available to all the patrons this month. Let's see. Got quite a few people over in the YouTube realm. So if you guys are following on Facebook and you're kind of just in and out, hey Brandon. The easiest way to follow and interact with me is on YouTube, and you can just search my channel, L1 Automotive Diagnostics and Programming. You can search my name, Keith Perkins. You can, however you'd like to do that, I pop up. I've tried. We've made it to #1 on Google searches. So if you search my name, comes up with the channel. And then another massive announcement for the YouTube channel. As of about 9:45 this morning, what's in the big box, Keith? Is there a big box in here? As of 9:45, excuse me, this morning, you guys made me lose my train of thought. My video with the which scan tool is best hit 100,000 views. So that is stellar. That is awesome, guys. I appreciate everyone that contributed to that. It was a pretty big accomplishment. I mean, my channel lifetime views are over 500,000 views, which is awesome. But 100,000 views on a single video, that's massive, at least for me anyways. And it took just a few years to do it. But make sure everything's still going here. Oh yeah, here's a picture of the episode, if you guys wanted to see that. You can go to remarkableresults.biz, and you'll there's a little search bar there on the top right. You can click the little magnifying glass and type in Keith Perkins or 375 or Tommy Oliva or Rich Falco or Mario Rojas, and it'll come right up. So there's a picture of Carm's website there. Just wanted to give him a shout out. We appreciate everything he does for the industry. Some of the topics he covers and some of the management stuff you can learn just by listening to his podcast are pretty awesome. Let's see here. It says you're tearing it up on YouTube. I'm doing pretty decent. Is that #1 for your felony record? No, Andrew. But anyways, I just wanted to reach out and tell everyone thank you for that. That was pretty awesome. I got that notification this morning about 100,000 views. So that was fantastic. But got quite a bit going on from that. Also this, let's see, next weekend, next Sunday, we'll be right back here doing a video, and then we'll of course jump right to the Patreon channel and do our stuff over there for all those wonderful guys. We're going to be giving away a tool next week on Patreon. We're going to be doing my Z Mini, the key. I use it primarily just for reading key serial numbers. Supposedly, in combination of some PCM software, it has the ability of cloning a few keys. I have not tested that function whatsoever. It is a very inexpensive tool, but it is a fantastic tool for just seeing if a key is any good. So it's able to actually read the serial number. I didn't bring it in here. It's out in the van. But I'm going to be not really raffling it off. I'm just going to be I'll probably have one of my kids come in here and pick a random person that's on the patron with us, hanging out, and then I'll ship it to them. If you are overseas, I'm still going to ship it to you. You win it, so it'll be great for one of you guys. Hopefully it'll be a tool somebody can use. So let's see. Gerardo's in here. Yeah, it was good to see you too. It was fantastic to see everybody. We had quite a few people hanging out with us there at Vision. Let's see. Phil Hallbrook says, just watch some of the launch Diagun videos, thinking of buying one. Absolutely. I use that tool. I use the X431V. I don't know if I've made a video for you guys yet, because I just released the video to the distributor, King Bolin, to use for their registration and update video, showing how to, when you're opening the box, showing what's inside the tool, registering the product, all that stuff. I went through, they wanted me to make a video doing that, how to register and update the tool. So I made a video, released it to them. I didn't want to release any of the videos I've made until then. I've got a nice little insight video I was making called A Day in the Life of a Mobile Technician. I kind of just took some snippet shots throughout the day, so it'll be fairly short. to put together a short little video showing you guys kind of how my normal day is. How it starts and how it ends, and got some fun stuff in there. Do a little key cutting, we do some module programming, some diagnosis, a lot of driving. We do a lot of driving. So you guys can come hang out with me virtually in my van for a day. So that'd be pretty interesting. Had a lot of people request to see what it's like to do that. And then I also have the ability now with a spare seat in my van that I can have somebody come hang out. So maybe you'll have maybe I'll rope DeFazio into coming to Oklahoma. I'm kidding. There's nothing down here for him. But I do have a special guest that's going to be riding along with me pretty soon. Not a YouTube person, but a famous person in my life. So you guys will get to see that. That'll be fun. Doing a little drive around. And so that's really all I've got coming up. Applying to Brandon. Okay, sorry, just trying to keep up with the Facebook side, guys. Anything the X431V can do that the Diagun 4 cannot? Question mark. That I have found, they are identical software. There's a slight formatting difference just because the X431V is able to graph more than 2 screens at a time on it because it's larger than a cell phone platform. But other than that, the software itself is identical that I can tell. Matter of fact, my one failure out of the tool that I had was the inability of it to do a programmable module installation, the inhale-exhale of a PCM on a 2012 F250 with a 6.2 the gas engine. I attempted to do a PMI on the PCM and it failed on the X431V, so I attempted with the Diagun 4. Also failed, exactly the same failure, and then I followed up by just completing the process with FJDS. It was a used module. I have done plenty of successful PMIs with both Ford and Mazda vehicles, and even of that year, F-150 with the 5.4. So that particular vehicle, something about that, or that PCM style, or the software process for that vehicle is different enough to where it caused a failure. It just didn't work. It would do the inhale, but it would not exhale the programming into the module. So I just used FJDS, went right through, had no problems with the Cardac 3 Plus. So if that's something you guys are looking at getting, a Cardac 3 Plus, I would suggest going to AESWave.com, AES, interesting, .com, and you could check out the Cardac 3 Plus there. That's the preferred vendor I would use. Also, there's some links in this video on YouTube down at the bottom that's got some links to the X431V launch tool that we're talking about, along with a couple other tools that I use pretty regularly. But anyways, kind of wanted to talk about Vision, wrapping that up because that was a fantastic time. That's the event every year I go to kind of recharge my batteries on in the industry, because we do tend to get burnt out, you know, staring at broken vehicles all day long, and I do a lot of diagnosis and not a lot of repair, so I don't get to see them fixed as much as I used to. So there's a little bit of a loss there. Excuse me. Phil Holbrook says, why can't Snap-on do PMI already? What's their deal? So Snap-on, along with a bunch of other... I'm trying to think of how to politically be correct about this. I mean, the truth of the matter is Snap-on is trying to go through all the correct channels to produce their scan tool. And when you go through all of these direct channels and extensive testing and getting validation from manufacturers for getting their tool out there, there is some stuff that gets left behind. And programmable module installation is not something that Snap-on probably even wants to get into at this point. So my assumption would be that the cost to benefit ratio just isn't there for them. Some of the Chinese tools, Chinese produced tools, Chinese market tools, U.S. market tools developed by the Chinese market, there's a little bit less of an amount of emphasis put on research and development and on validating the device as working flawlessly. So what I can tell you is that if a Snap-on tool says that it does it, it probably does do it, and it probably does it very well and successfully every single time. If like an Autel or a Launch or some other Chinese market tool, a Foxwell or whatever you've got, says that it does it. It may or may not do it, and then even if it does do it, it may not properly complete the process each time. So there are definite pros and cons to those tools. That's part of the cost of the Snap-on, is you're paying for a lot of that, and you're paying for a lot of the US-based tech support. You're paying for a lot of R&D and liaison work between Snap-on and the manufacturers to come up with this tooling. So keep in mind that, when you're using a tool like that that has that kind of cost associated, it tends to do all the things that it does better than others. So because of that, they're not going to reach into the smaller market area like the programming and the keys and that kind of stuff is a very small lion's share of what the automotive world has to deal with every day. Now, in my world, it's everything. And in the world of guys that are here probably interested in doing what I do, it's something you're really interested in. So it seems like, why wouldn't they have this? But, when we talk about Snap-on tools, and I bash them quite often, the honest truth is that a Snap-on, the Varus or the Zeus or the Modus, it's going to be 100% of what 90% of the techs out there need. And on the opposite end of that, we talk about like Launch and Autel and all them, it's going to be 100% of what 10% of the technicians need. So I mean, who are you really business-wise? What makes more sense, right? So the Snap-on is sold on trucks that come to the parts stores, and a lot of the dealers out there are carrying Autel and Launch now. Cornwell is one of them. Matco's tool is a Launch tool that's rebranded and done. There is some work done to it to be specific to Matco, but that's one of the things you deal with. So in my world, Snap-on doesn't do a whole lot for me, but it does graph really well, and there are other things it does really well. But anyways, I had a fantastic time there at Vision. Got to hang out with a lot of great people. Forgot to take my Kangol, so sorry to Fazio. But we had a good time. So I hope I see all you guys out there next year. And then I really don't have a whole lot more for this week. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm still trying to deal with that. Got some fun announcements coming up, though. That's great. Gas and Mechanics says 80-20 rule. Yeah, it's about right. The tools are great for 80% of technicians, but 20% of them out there, it's very lacking. But anyways, moving on past making fun of Snap-on tools. They have their purpose in the industry, for sure. Lots of technicians get by every day with their Snap-on, couldn't do anything without it, and it is the fantastic and perfect tool for what they're doing. So, we can't beat them up too much. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, thought I'd drop in and say hi, just let everyone know that I'm still alive, still making videos, got a lot going on, but we're going to finish up the J2534 class today. I'm going to jump off here in just a couple minutes, get ready for that class. We're going to go through and teach, let's see, what's left of that class is Toyota module programming. We're gonna do a Toyota event of downloading the software, installing it, bringing up the TechStream software, navigating, defining calibration information, logging on the TIS, viewing the technical service bulletins, getting through the technical service bulletin to download the calibration file directly, verifying it's correct, and actually doing the flash. And then we're going to go through the same exact process with Hyundai and Kia. Now I've kind of mashed Hyundai and Kia up together because those are so similar, and it's such a short section because Hyundai and Kia is really about one of the easiest J2534 things to do. Now there are some known issues with those, so we cover a little bit of that at the same time, but we're going to mash that all up together today, do one last little class, kind of go out with a bang in this class, and then sometime this month I'll be making all of those recordings available. If you're lucky, I will have the clean version done, where it'll be a single video event available, and that will be available for sale with the book very soon. I'll be getting some books ordered. It'll be available as a digital download and digital book, most likely. Have not completely set myself on making it all available digitally, just because of the fear of it just going haywire and it being out there. It's quite a lot of work to put into something to see it just given away for free. So it always worries me, but that is the request from everybody, is a digital download and digital book version. So those may very well be available. I'm looking into that. And then for sure a hard copy will be available of the of the video presentation and the book itself. And it is a massive book because I am doing my best to make the book page for page of the class, so it's available and with a notes section available. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say I appreciate everyone, especially with helping me meet my 100,000 view milestone we made. We did hit the milestone, our goal for Patreon channel, and then I lost some patrons, so we backed off of that. We just barely broke that, so whenever we cross that threshold again, we're going to be going to 2 days a week. So we are about 93% of our goal. But anyways, if you would like to get in on some of this weekly training, it is for the most part every week. The last couple weeks have kind of been spotty because of all the training events, but I have been making up for them the best I could. So if you would like to get in on some of that automotive training, diagnosis, and module programming training, check out patreon.com/Keith Perkins, and there are quite a few options there for checking out the training. But I am going to get going, ladies and gentlemen. I have quite a bit to get done, and we're going to finish up this class. Let's see if I need to finish up any questions. Do I miss working for a boss? Not at all. One of the best things that I've ever done was become self-employed. I didn't even see you in here, Mike. We'll see you later, flat rate. David, are we announcing that? Maybe that'll be its own video, David. How about that? But we'll see you guys later. Mr. Wagner, give me a shout on Messenger, and we'll talk about that. But until next time, guys,